So TDS PvP has been out for a few days now, and I'm going to be showing you guys the best possible strategy that you guys can use to progress in ranked mode for PvP, and this works for solos and duos as well. It's very simple, you don't really need that much advanced towers for this, but do keep in mind that the enemies do change based on what arena you're in, but as far as I'm aware, this strategy does work for all arenas. Now, yes, this strategy does depend on what map you pick, but everyone who plays PvP mode either picks Laser Stadium or the Crash Course map, so it doesn't really matter if you don't have VIP to pick one of those maps, because 90% of the time, it's always going to be in the rotation, because there's only like 5 or 6 maps, I can't remember. As for the tower loadout, I went with Warden, but you could also pick Shotgunner. It's just you need to spam Shotgunner a lot more, and the reason why I picked Warden is because 1, it got rebalanced for PvP mode, which makes it way better than it usually is in normal mode, and you get to spam it like a lot less than Shotgunner, which makes it way more cheap. It lets you farm your eco bonus more in the early game, and also because it stuns enemies. As for the support tower, there's really only one option that you can go for, which is Commander. Obviously in 2v2s, you could have your teammate maybe pick like Medic or DJ Boost, but Commander is the main go-to for a good support tower if you want to actually win PvP. Now for the DPS tower, you could pretty much pick anything, honestly. I would even pick Minigunner instead of Accelerator. Just make sure to not pick Ranger, because PvP loves to spam a lot of enemies, and on top of your opponents rushing you, Ranger just like does not take care of crowds very well, and even though it does splash damage at max, you're never gonna max them out in time. Last but not least, we have Mortar as our crowd controlling tower. You could also use Rocketeer if Mortar does get banned, but Mortar is just like the goat of all splash damage towers. Like, there's been 10, if not hundreds, of videos glazing Mortar, so it would be really dumb to not use this tower for PvP mode. Now, there is a lot of towers that you can end up banning for PvP mode, but I would honestly just pick the mercenary base, because I've seen a ton of people use this tower, and a lot of people just depend on the mercenary base way too much. So if you ban this tower, then that pretty much forces them to use a different tower. Just make sure to ban any tower that your opponent is using that you're not also using, because that would just be really dumb if you banned your own tower. And now we get to the early game, so just start off by placing 3 to 5 level 1 to 2 wardens, because you're also going to want to focus on actually upgrading your eco. If you didn't notice already, the more enemies that you send equals the more eco that you get from the economy bonus. So just try not to overspend in defending, because Warden can clear like the first 14 waves with a level 1 commander, and as for the sending part, there is no real like meta to sending enemies, because we're not trying to damage our opponent just yet. We're just trying to get an eco bonus. So just send like the highest amounts that you can get, like the Breaker or the Hazmat. The Hazmat is like the last enemy that actually gives you the eco bonus. Other than that, all the other zombies just like either make you lose some or just don't give any eco bonus at all. And also, before wave 15 starts, be sure to get at least 2 level 3 mortars. That way you can take care of the spam of hazmats, because at the same time your opponents will be rushing you with hazmat, at the same time you're also trying to rush them with hazmat. After you get most of your mortars to level 4, pretty much just focus on getting your eco up. I would say get it to around maybe 3,500 before you start getting some accelerators down, because mortar will pretty much carry until Templar spawns in, and that's where you have to lock in with sending out actual bosses that can do damage, and also upgrading your DPS. And now it's time to get into the hardest part about PvP, which is late game. As soon as Champion Templar spawns in, you should have enough DPS to actually kill the first one and make it past like wave 30 or wave 31. because as long as you have your eco all the way up to like 3.5 thousand, you should have enough money to actually upgrade your accelerators or minigunners or whatever you brought along with you. And aside from defending against Templar, you're also going to want to pay attention to your enemy side. If they don't kill the Templar fast enough, you can actually make the choice to start spamming speedy bosses and end the match pretty early on if they don't kill it in time, because if you don't know, Templar actually gives you a blessed modifier buff to all enemies around it if it's in range. This is really overpowered on maps with loops, like the Laser Arena or the Crash Course map. That's why everyone picks this map, because it is such an easy map to rush on. And while you're rushing speedy bosses or brutes during Templar, you could either use the Nimble or Aggro power-up ability, but you always have to wait until Templar is actually alive to start rushing. Do not try and rush if the Templar is dead. Just wait until the next one spawns, because a new one spawns almost every wave with more health. So if they kill it fast enough, then just wait for the next one, and hopefully you will be able to rush them. I'm not gonna lie, this is a very straightforward strategy, because people love to overcomplicate this mode and just bring like mercenary base or necromancer, but the thing is, I won against people using these towers twice in both solos and duos. So if you guys want to try this strategy for yourself out, it's not really that hard to follow. It's very basic and very general. There's no like specific guide on how to like upgrade towers. Just get the general info down of like placing warden for early game, then mortars, then your DPS, and of course get the commander at some point, and as well as waiting until Templar is alive to actually rush your enemies. And as always, if you found this strategy video to be helpful, be sure to leave a like on the video, as it does help me a lot, and subscribe if you're new, and hopefully you guys will be able to use this strategy to actually grind elo to get that champion accelerator skin. But anyways, I'll see you guys later. Peace out.